Hey, pick 'em pie, big gun Brian Petrie, giving out the lot. One is mortal, you know it won't miss. Gonna take a shot, dog lock, that's the underdog. Yeah, they in the hunt, send them home, that's KO or submission. Yeah, somebody done, slime ball, yeah, that's the parlay. We gon' make it known. Pick 'em pie from MMA tapes, yeah, let's get it going.
Welcome to the MMA Takes podcast, baby. What's up with the What's Up? UFC Iowa. Or is it Des Moines? Des Moines, Iowa? Either way, your boy got his hair cut a little bit. I don't know if you can see. I got a little straggler right here. I gotta do something about that. That's bothering me a little bit. Maybe I'll just do it this way. Either way, haircut looking good. Do not adjust your screens. Your boy's wearing a collared shirt. I had a little Zoom meeting right before I did this with a potential new thing that's going to come out. I'm not really going to talk about it. I'm not going to talk about it. You're going to hear a lot about it in the near future. And I think you guys are going to be fucking ecstatic. You guys know, you've been rocking me for a while. You know, I'm not just entertaining any bullshit, right? You know, I've had 20 offers of bullshit, right? I'm not entertaining bullshit. Like, I care about the people who watch this show. I care about every single person who's willing to give me the time of day or, you know, whatever the fucking expression is, right? You listen to me, I'm not going to entertain bullshit. You know what I mean? That's just not what I'm going to do. This wasn't bullshit. This is something that is potentially really fucking cool. And hopefully I'm a big part of it. That's all I'm going to say. I'm not going to get ahead of my skis here because, you know, I like to say a little more than I need to, but I think you guys are going to really like it. And then I want to dispel rumors right now. You know, people are going to one rod. I'm being very vague. I didn't get signed to the UFC. I'm not going to be in the UFC. None of that. So don't go crazy about it. Like, don't let your expectations go crazy. This is just something that is going to come out and it's going to be fucking awesome. Right. It's going to be awesome. And it's for everybody. It's not just like awesome for me and my career. It's awesome for MMA fans. That's all I'm going to say. I'm not saying anymore. Fuck you. I'm not saying, thank God I'm not live. Thank God this is live to tape because I ain't saying anymore. But we got Iowa. UFC Iowa last week. We got beat up a little bit last week. I was with my guys. I was with Joe, Big Joe. I am Saturday. This cable's bothering me. And Mitch Zuck. I like calling him Zuck. I like his last name. It's a cool last name. Zuck won. Zuck's a champ. He's beat me twice now. He's 2-0. He beat Joe once. Joe and I tied. Hold on. Joe beat me. Zuck and I tied last time. The time he was on solo. Joe beat me. So now Joe's 1-0-1 against me. I am 0-1-1 against Joe. And I am one. Wait, hold on. Yeah, I did that right. And then with Zuck, I'm 0-0. What am I doing wrong? I'm an idiot. Let's get to the fight. Anyway, congratulations to Mitchell Zucker. Zuck. Dude's a fucking stud. Smart guy picking fights. He hit a boost. Back in the boost. A boost Magomadov, which really put him over because we all picked a pretty good card. I mean, look at the sheet real quick. We all picked a decent card. I mean, what did I finish? I finished 11-3 on my picks, right? You know what I mean? 11-3, hit an underdog on Timmy Kwamba. Missed my dog lock on Nicholas Dobby. Got foot. By the way, the only thing I forgot. I don't know if Jungle Gyms is local to Cincinnati or Ohio or Midwest or whatever, but even Jungle Gyms, that place is fucking awesome. I got the hot sauce. I got it. I'm waiting for the boys to get it. Before we do this horrible thing. If you've never had this, it's brutal. I've done it. It is fucking awful. There's a video of me actually doing it years ago, many moons ago. I started a YouTube channel with my buddy. We did a little bit of Vine. Remember Vine? Yeah, Vine. So we did some Vines and we thought we were very, very funny. And then Vine shut down. I was like, let's just go to YouTube, right? So I was like, what should the name be? I was the guy that shot, edited, did everything, wrote everything. He just showed up, right? So we did, our YouTube name was Brian Austin Scene, because his name's awesome. My name's Brian, and Scene, because we're doing scenes. And also it rhymes with Green, Brian Austin Green, the famous 90210 actor. Yeah, it was very clever at the time, wasn't it? Really clever. Anyway, didn't really take off. But we did like a couple little stupid videos. No one watched them, and we stopped for years. I had a wife, I had a kid, and then when Winnie, my oldest, who's 7, when she was like probably a couple months old, I'm like, you know what, we should. Hot Ones was a big show. I'm like, we should do this as a punishment for not posting, because we guaranteed post. I had like a million fucking, it was a comedy. It's supposed to be comedy. It was a comedy YouTube channel. I had a million fucking sketches written. Like one was about like Austin was gonna play a homeless guy, and I was gonna give him like some McDonald's or whatever, and he was like a vegan, and then we would have this whole big thing like a homeless guy being vegan. I thought that was funny. Anyway, we didn't do anything. So our punishment was to do the Hot Ones. That was the hottest sauce we went. We went the bomb. So I watched the show, and I knew this is the one that lit everyone up, right? And I don't think at the time Jungle Jim's had the hottest sauce that Hot Ones had. They have all the Hot Ones shit there now. You go to Hot Ones, there's like box sets. You can do it. So we did like 1, 2, 3, 4, like 5 or 6 wings. And this was the final one, and it was the hottest thing I've ever tried. It lit me up forever. So that video is out there. If you want to see it, I'll comment, and I'll let you see the comedy YouTube that I did. What did we do? We did Austin. My buddy Austin played collegiate soccer, so we did like a spoof of him being a like trying to make it into soccer or whatever. Like it was very Ted Lasso-y. So Ted Lasso, before the great TV show, he did like NBC commercials. It was like an NBC bit. I saw that. I was like, that's very funny. We should do something with Austin. That was the first one put out. Then we did like a dancing one when my wife was in it. That was like 30 seconds. Then we did like this Barry and Gary one, which was really bad. And then we did a day in the life of me at UPS, where I was like just a big loser. No one loved me. And then years went on, and we did. Oh no, I think we did like a threesome one too, which was really bad too. And then we did, and then the Hot Ones video. So again, I'll listen. I'll let you see it. It's embarrassing. It's cringe. I want to hide under the blankets when someone brings it up. But guess what? We got to embrace the cringe in life, and let's embrace UFC Iowa. Here we go. These lines might be outdated. I don't have Trin with me. Trin, where you at, babe? Trin, daddy, I need you. No, we're not doing lines. So, all right, Juliana Miller plus 190 versus Ivana Petrovic. I wanna see you naked. I'm just kidding. Not really. She's kind of cute. Listen, I hopped on, and I never do this, but I hopped on a live. Hayden Iverson, Hey Jai Picks. You guys know this guy, right? Huge on, I think he's big on TikTok, big on Instagram. Got his YouTube channel. Like the guy a lot. I think he was a guest on Anakin Forney as well. Like a year ago, he came on and did some stuff. Really good. I think he's part of Homa Fight with Matty Betts and those boys. Either way, super, super sharp dude. Wins a lot of money. I like his content, and I was just bored yesterday, and he had a live on, so I hopped on. And I commented, probably hastily, probably not so thinking about it, but he was breaking down this fight. I commented Ivana by submissions, easy money. She's minus 230, Juliana Miller plus 190. Ivana has got one win in the UFC, and that is by submission. What is her by submission? I think yesterday it was plus 500. Ivana by submission plus 400. It's come down a little bit. Maybe my little poke in there, my little hop on a Hayden's thing dropped the line. You think so? You think I'm a big dog like that? Big dog in the lines? No, I'm going to go with Ivana. I think Juliana Miller does not belong in the UFC. Sorry. She's outkicked her coverage, right? She shouldn't have been on the Ultimate Fighter, but did well. Shouldn't have made it to UFC, but did. And then I just don't think she's very good. I mean, she's got some good scrambles on the ground, if you want to give her credit. If you want to say the word good with that, I think it's kind of sloppy. I think it's loose. I think she lacks strength. I think her stand-up's not good. Ivana Petrovic, obviously 1 and 2 in the UFC. Close split decision, lost her last time out. I like the sub plus 400. I like Ivana here at minus 230. Your boy knows chicks, especially in this collared shirt. Your boy knows chicks. So him knowing chicks, laying the gauntlet down, give me Ivana. Ivana want to cash that ticket here, baby. Let's go. Oh, heavyweight fights. I've been saving the fucking jingle for this. Don'Tale Mayes. Timbo loves the way I say Don'Tale. I don't know why. Don'Tale Mayes plus 215 versus Thomas Peterson minus 265.
Bring her in here, stinking up the joint. Come on.
Fight stinks, boys. Two big boys. Stinks, dude. You know, I don't know what else to say besides this fight. Stinks. And I'm gonna go Peterson by decision. I'm not gonna break it down too much. Don'Tale looked horrible his last time out. He's looked really bad the time before that. There was a minute there where he was getting pretty good. He was training with Greg Jackson, still is, but training with John Jones every day. I don't know if Johnny's in the gym, right? What is Johnny doing? You're not getting those reps. Are you training with Mo Green, who just got destroyed? Who did Mo Green get destroyed against? Somewhere. I forget, but Maurice Green got destroyed. Was it bare knuckle? So I just don't have faith in who he's training with. Big guys are hard to find to train with. Dontel's a big dude. And, he showed some grappling a couple years ago. Where did that go? I don't know. I don't like Dontel. Thomas Peterson, I think, is kind of a lame duck as well. It's going to be kind of one of those go order some food type fights. You know what I mean? Go play with your kids type fights. I'm going to take Thomas Peterson, but I'm not confident in it. Probably the only bet I'm going to stay away from. I dumped all my money. I was on tilt last week. Okay. Things weren't falling for me. Yes, I was 11-3, but I couldn't win a fucking bet for most of the night. Right. And so I have a decent little amount on DraftKings, right? I've been doing okay here and there sparingly. I've been actually money managing really well, and I put all of it on Ian Gary. We're talking probably like 6.5 unis, right? It was like 648 in my account. Let's talk numbers. Let's talk transparency, right? 648. I'm a $100 unit player. 648 in my account. Put it all on Ian Gary. Minus 130 is what I got him. Exactly minus 130. And boy, that fifth round had me sweating. Clinch, Bob. That would have been probably my biggest loss, second biggest loss, maybe, if I would have lost that. The six unit loss on Izzy against John Blachowicz years ago was pretty bad, but this one would have been bad because it's very confident in Gary. And he was cruising, right? I thought he won the fourth round. It was very competitive, but I thought he won. And then fifth round, he got hammered. I think he was out. He was hurt. I don't care what he says. He was hurt. Then he went on all fours. There's that photo of Pratis behind him. I thought Pratis could have done maybe a little more to get the finish as well. I'm not going to knock the guy. He had a good performance in the fifth round. He could have done a hell lot more in the first 3 rounds. But man, a guy that smokes cigarettes, gets 3 hours of sleep a night, drinks whiskey, probably fucks like a dog, and can go 5 rounds. It's crazy. It's nuts. But he didn't really do much in the first 3 rounds. He didn't really do much. Anyway, not going to bet, even though I got a healthy bankroll right now on Thomas Peterson. I was wondering how I got to where I just went, and it was because Thomas Peterson and Dontel Mays stinks. Kwang Lee plus 120 versus Gaston Balanabos minus 142. So I've picked against Gaston pretty much like every time because his name's Gaston, and I've been watching a lot of Disney with my little princesses, right? And Gaston's the bad guy, and it is just kind of a shit name, right? Like Gaston. It's kind of cool, but it's also like you sound like kind of an asshole, right? But he's Peruvian. He looked pretty good against Cortavius Romanius, who just got cut from the UFC. Got taken down 4 times, but he landed a lot of strikes. He landed some takedowns himself. Controlled the fight, in my opinion. Got knocked out by Marcus McGee. I wouldn't really say a competitive fight. He's willing to exchange in that first round, and the second round is just too much power. And the Aaron Phillips win, which you don't really put too much stock in because Aaron Phillips, unless he retires, not part of the UFC. And Kwang Lee stepped up against Chris Gutierrez. Yeah, it was a Chris Gutierrez fight. He won by decision. He kicked you in the legs 200 fucking times. It was what it is. But then he got knocked out by Long Zhao last time out. That's the one that sticks with me with Kwang Lee. I think he's capable is a good word for him. I think he's capable. I don't think he's capable of winning this fight. I think he's capable on the feet and everything. I think Gaston has a little bit better for striking. I think he's going to mix up some takedowns in as well if he wants to get the fight to the ground. I know Kwang Lee, both these guys are kind of on the lower level here. Low level fights typically might be 50-50 if you don't really have a strong lean. Don't have a strongest lean on them. Typically when you do that, you go dog. But I just think Gaston's going to get this done. I think he's been in there with a better competition. I think he's got better. He's got a better game, just a better game. I think he's going to get it done. It's a low number, minus 142. So take that with what you will. I'm not playing him any which way, but maybe a straight wager. Like him by decision too. I don't know if he has fight-ending knockout power, even though Kwang Lee is just coming out of knockout. Where's your chin out, bruh? You know what I mean? All right, next up, Jillian Robertson, minus 340 versus Mahina Rodriguez. I didn't get to do my Mahina on the Anakin Florian. I want to keep it kind of straight this past week and pay the bills. You know what I'm saying? This line's moving a little bit. So I had Jillian Robertson on Monday at minus 340. She's currently minus 298. Marina Rodriguez plus 240. Marina Rodriguez, good striker, fast hands, getting older for the division. We don't talk about women's age, babe. Hey, we don't talk about a woman's age, but this is fighting. So she's getting a little older for the division. And can't stop a takedown. She just can't. She knows it's happening. She knows when she fights people, they're going to want to take her down. And for some reason, she just can't stop it. You know what I mean? And it's a bit of an issue. It's a bit of an issue. And Jillian Robertson, all she's going to want to do is take this fight to the ground. She's very adept. She's very good on the ground. Her jiu-jitsu is becoming good. Her ground and pound is starting to evolve as well. Jillian Robertson, I feel like, has been in the UFC forever, right? And you always kind of got her at dog money, and you're like, oh, now she's a huge favorite. Scares me a little bit, right? But I think this is a good matchup for her because I think Marina Rodriguez, hopefully she's working on takedown defense because I like Rodriguez. I think she's an exciting fighter, but hopefully she's working on takedown defense. Don't think it's going to matter because you got a girl who went 6 weeks in this camp training takedown defense against a lifetime of grappling in Robertson, who I don't think has the most elite wrestling in the world. I do think she has way better jiu-jitsu than Rodriguez. So I'm taking Robinson here. This is going to be my send him home. Where you at, Johnny?
Send him home early.
Johnny Anick with my send him home there. It is Robinson by submission plus 275. So the send him home is going to be Jillian Robertson. I said Anderson probably. Jillian Robertson. Send him home plus 275. And I kind of got a gut feeling. It's kind of this big old Midwestern gut I got here. Kind of got a gut feeling that she could TKO her as well. That's plus 900. You know, just getting her on top, right? She's looking for the perfect submission. Rodriguez has spent all camp, defending off the neck and the arms. And then all of a sudden those 12-6 come down and just have a, I don't know. I don't know how I'm going to play it. I know I'm playing Jillian Robertson. I know she's going to be my send him home. Right now we'll say submission plus 275, but we'll keep it moving. How do you say this guy's name? I don't have my glasses on. I wore my glasses for the meeting I was just in, but I took them off for here because I didn't know if you guys could handle collar shirt and glasses, Brian, with a haircut. I know mostly dudes watch the show, but if like your wife walked by on your phone or your whatever your watches and she got a glimpse of me, like I don't want to be responsible for that in your marriage. You know what I mean? I don't be responsible for that. Asmat Beckov. Let's just go Beckov. I'm American versus Ryan Loder. Beckov is minus 14 versus Ryan Loder plus 320. If you don't remember Ryan Loder, don't blame me. No one does. He won the Ultimate Fighter about 1 billion years ago. When was that fight, by the way? August, so over a year ago, or not quite a year, August 2024. I haven't seen him since. Completely dominated Robert Valentine, who just looked okay against Torres Finley in that fight where Torres Finley actually, just took him down and beat him up, did nothing. But Ryan Loder took him down and finished him. Then you got Asmat Beckov. I bet John's probably killing himself listening to this if he is. Beckov, who knocked out Zacharias in his debut and looked pretty good. This guy's a striker. Yes, he's got the Russian name. I'm sure he's got a Sambo championship somewhere. They all do, right? But I'm taking a shot on Loder here. I'm going dog. I'm going plus 310 on Loder. I think Loder's wrestling and his top pressure is very good. Team alpha male guy, doesn't have a ton of experience. He's 7-1. Not the youngest guy in the world either. He's not old, but he's like 7-1. You've been out since August. We need you to start picking some shit up here, bub. We need you to start working. And they're giving him a Russian with a really impressive record with some really heavy hands and kicks and feet and elbows and knees and all that. Good striker. I just think Loder can American wrestle him down here. Now, listen, if the Russian wins, I'm not going to be fucking surprised, right? But plus 310, I'm going Loder. I'm going the Ultimate Fighter champion. Why? I don't know. Number? Sure. Wrestling? Sure. Is it because I'm a red-blooded American? Sure. American over Russian? Sure. Drape the American flag on me. I'm taking Loder plus 310. I like it. I think if he gets on top, his top game is pretty good. That's it. That's a big if. If he can get on top, his top game is pretty good. And it'll be interesting. But there's a good chance that he could just run into something on the feet because his stand-up is not that great and get put out quickly. And then, by the way, Loder, please don't do this. There's so many American wrestlers out there that's happening so much. We saw with Bo Nickel a few fights ago, and he's on this card as well. We'll talk about it. But you're a wrestler. You're going against a Russian who probably has some pretty good wrestling, some good sambo, some whatever. But do what you do, bro. Like Damon Blackshear, I thought he looked great. But wrestle a little bit. That's what what are you afraid of? Ryan Loder better be jumping for legs. He better be power doubling, singling, pushing against his cage. He better be fighting for a takedown, right? And if that doesn't work, then you just swing for the fucking fences, bro. But do your game. You know what I mean? Plus 310, do your game. They expect you to lose at this point. Do your game. All right, next up, Miesha Tate, OG, minus 135 versus Yana Santos, also known as Yana Kutkaya, plus 114. Short, short, sweet, to the point here. I like Miesha Tate. I think Miesha Tate. Yana Kutsukaya, Yana Santos, doesn't know what kind of fighter she wants to be. Am I a striker? Am I a grappler? What am I? And she's always in a fight caught in between. I've never seen a super clean performance for her. Even when she wins, it's not like the cleanest thing in the world. Miesha Tate, yeah, she's 38, good to be 39. She's been around for a while. Seems motivated. She's taking fucking photos with her abs and shit, right? I like that. She's in shape. She's motivated. She's ready to go. Misha's big part of her game is get you down, get on top, beat you up, maybe submit you. Her submissions are pretty good. Her rear naked choke's very good. And on the feet, she's getting improvements. However, on the feet, she's not like lightning. She's not the best in the world, but she's tough as shit. Girl's got a chin on her. Woman, she's a grown-ass woman. Woman's got a chin on her. I like Miesha Tate here. I think it's a low number at minus 135. This could easily be in the slime ball parlay. I passed it up, though, because you just never know with women's MMA, even though I do know, because, your boy knows chicks. However, I like Miesha Tate big here, minus 135. This could be a moral lock. This could be slime ball parlay. Maybe if I was doing the slime ball parlay right now, I'd add her in it. And you can add her in it. That's great about slime ball parlay. I'm going to give you the outline of it. And you add what you want, baby. I'm going to give you the base. And then you add around it. All right, next up, Mason Jones, minus 575 versus Jeremy Little, Heathen Stevens, plus 425. I'm really curious to see if this line has moved at all because of Stevens. Stays exactly the same, rock solid, minus 575, plus 425 for Jeremy Stevens. So if you watch Yannick and Florian, which I know I'm putting this out late in the week, and I want to apologize for that, by the way. I know I've been inconsistent posting things, but typically Thursdays when I do and the show goes out, my wife, my beautiful wife who does everything in the world, she works all day on Tuesday and Wednesday. So I'm with the kiddies. I get off work, I'm with the kids. They're old enough now where I could probably maybe shut the door and rock a podcast. I've done that once or twice, like a real quick one with the Yannick and Florian spot, but I don't know. I'm a little whatever. My oldest is more responsible than me, so I know she can handle it. But that little 4-year-old, that little Hazel Bowie, she's rambunctious. I know she's gonna get into. So I apologize that the thing gets out so late in the week. I know there's a lot of people that post early, whatever. But I figured you got me on the Yannick and Florian on Monday, right? I get my picks then, and then you're gonna get a little bit more of me later in the week. But ideally, I would love to put it out on Wednesday. I think Wednesday is a perfect day, and hopefully in the near future we can work around that as my kids get older. But right now we're sticking with Thursday. All right, I love this fight. I picked Jeremy Stevens, and unlike another fight in this card where I've switched my pick, I'm not switching my pick on Stevens. Mason Jones, I like Mason Jones. I like him when he signed. Didn't think he should have got cut. I thought he got a raw deal when he got cut. He's an exciting fighter, fought some good guys. His last UFC fight, I will say he was a little bit flat for me. Goes outside the UFC and just wins all his fights again. Now he's back, right? I think he was a double champion Cage Warriors. This is a guy that's going to have to mix it up. Can't stand with Jeremy the whole time. Jeremy's been doing nothing but boxing outside of his MMA. After UFC, he went to PFL, lost, hasn't won an MMA fight in a while, but then had a boxing match with Jose Aldo, was a draw, which I thought he won. Had a boxing match with Chris Avila, which was terrible. Then undefeated in bare knuckle, right? I know Jeremy's long in the tooth. He's coming in super confident. If you've seen any of the media stuff, and this is his hometown. I think he got signed one fight deal for the UFC to fight here in Iowa. Like, is this on the main card? Okay, this is on the main. This should be co-main event. I mean, no, Bo Nickel's pretty great. Never mind. But listen, I love this fight. I think it's going to be action-packed, but Mason Jones is going to have to mix it up. He can't stand with Jeremy. He's going to have to land some takedowns. Jeremy's biggest weakness in his entire UFC run, entire MMA run, has been getting taken down and getting submitted. Manchus Gamrot got him with that armbar, or the Kimura. Tom Schulte got him in the PFL. Like, that's been kind of his MO. And I'm really curious has he been training a ton of wrestling, has been training a ton of jiu-jitsu, or has he just been working on his boxing? And that's the problem Mason Jones has to run into is he likes to get in these wars. He likes to put his chin out there and brawl it up. I don't think he's going to win a decision in Iowa. And I think Jeremy Stevens has fucking that power, baby. I mean, he knocked out one of the only guys to ever knock out Josh Emmett. I mean, brutal knockout, rearranged his face. So be careful when you're this heavy of a favorite of Mason Jones, making UFC return when he didn't do so hot the first time. Gives me a little shaky shake. So I'm going Jeremy Stevens here. I like the number at plus 425. This is going to be a sprinkle. And here's the first slime ball. I think Mason will wrestle. And I think he's going to try to slow this down. And I think Jeremy is going to have a really good third round where he's swinging, just going crazy. Crowd's going to be upset because Mason's going to slow it down. But that third round, we're getting just fucking bows. Fight of the night, going all three. So over 2.5 is the slime ball leg one. Remember what the slime ball new rules are. Dog, prop, favorite. This is the prop. Over 2.5, it's plus 100. It was plus 100. What is it right now? Bing. Over 2.5 is plus 105. I like the 2.5. I thought they set it at 1.5. Jeremy's a tough guy to knock out. Mason Jones doesn't have like world-class submissions. Mason Jones is obviously very tough to finish. Vegas is smart. If it was just an over 1.5 situation, you bet your fucking house on it. The entirety of your house. Okay? But Vegas is smart enough to do 2.5. I like the over 2.5 here. I see Jeremy just coming alive in that third round. So I do think Mason's gonna wrestle here. If not, right? Here's the if not, right? Because I want to win the slime ball. But you put a little money on Jeremy Stephens by knockout because I think that's how he wins, right? He could win a decision. Then you hit the over 2.5, and then we get but Jeremy Stephens by KO is plus 800. You take him by money in mine, plus 425. That's a little spritz, right? You know what I mean? You want some pepper, say win, boom, you got plus 800 on the knockout. I'm just saying, this is free money. Okay, come here. Free money. Okay? All right, next up, we got Surrey City, minus 135 versus Cameron Smotherman. Smotherman, plus 114. Let's see if this line's moved at all. Boo, plus 110. Cameron Smotherman, is coming down a little bit. Now, this dude's slick, right? He's slick. Little bit of a chin problem. I don't know if it's a defensive problem or chin problem. It's been put out twice. Surrey City has proven to be a dog in there. He'll get in there. He'll throw down with anybody, right? Okay technique, not the cleanest in the world, but he's willing to exchange in there. He's willing to get in. You know, the Ramon Tavares fight are legit really good fights. We haven't seen him a little bit, I feel like, you know, he's been kind of quiet if we have seen him, and I feel like he's working. But I love Smotherman. Here's my dog lock.
Hello? Okay, this is dog.
Yeah, there's a dog. All right, and then just because I love Timbo had his beautiful, beautiful baby boy. Shout out Blake, you're a stud. Shout out his wife Ashley for being an absolute fucking rock star, giving birth to another beautiful son. Happy for you too. Being a father is the greatest thing in the world. So for Timbo, for the Mitchell family, for Blake.
A dog. We don't need no meows. We don't need no cats. We need more dogs.
More dogs. I'm taking Smotherman here. I think he's a little too slick on the feet. Yes, I'm worried about the chin, but I think he also can mix up his game really well and catch Sirius off guard. Also, Smotherman, yeah, he's got a little bit of a chin problem, but he's got some power, and his accuracy is dynamite. He's with that great camp down in Texas. Woo, catches, boy. I like Smotherman here. I can see why people are divided on this fight. The money's coming in a little bit on Smotherman here, but it's my dog lock. I like him. Also, ring the bell. Ooh. He's in the slimed up. We slimed him up as well. That's the dog that's in the slime. I like Smotherman here. I think he's going to get it done probably by decision or maybe late TKO, maybe early TKO. I don't really see my crystal ball that I have to predict fights. It's a little blurry on this one, but either way, give me Smotherman. Next up, we got Montel Jackson. This is how we do it. How do you not see Montel Jackson's name and not immediately think about Montel Jordan? Classic 90s hit. This is how we do it. How? Tell me how. I know I've done this bit 1,500 times. I get it. Turn it off. But how do you not? Montel Jackson minus 205 versus Daniel Marcos plus 170. One of my favorite fights on the card. Marcos undefeated, Peruvian, tough as nails. Montel Jackson's come down a little bit at minus 198. He was minus 205 the other day. Yeah, I like Montel Jackson. And again, slime them up. That's a slime ball right there. We'll get to that at the end of the show. However, Montel's look good. My only complaint is he doesn't fight enough. Once a year, we need this young man. I mean, listen, he's in his early 30s. We need him to get going here. Fights once a year, gets a knockout, goes away. Is he getting hurt? Is he getting better? You know, I knew early, if you dug up a tweet of mine from a few years ago, there are times where Montel Jackson had people hurt where he could have finished it, and he went for takedowns because that was a safe. I'm safe. That's my safe zone. However, Daniel Marcos is nasty in there, right? His fight with Adrian Yanez was nasty. He's a good striker. Takedown defense has held up so far. I don't really know much about him on the ground. He obviously wants to be on top. I think Montel Jackson is the better grappler, so if it goes to the ground, Montel will dictate that. I think it's a close fight. I think it's going to be a competitive fight. So I think Marcos, those Peruvian motherfuckers, they don't go away, and they're starting to bubble in Peru right now. Some really good fighters, and Daniel Marcos is leading the charge of that. Plus 170, I think, is a great number, Daniel Marcos, if you're looking for dogs, right? You're dog hunting, you want some of those dogs. Daniel Marcos is bad, but I've been high on Montel Jackson for a while. His skills are ready to pay the bills, baby. I think he's going to win this. He's very, subdued. He doesn't call anybody out, right? He's top 15 now, but I think this guy's top 5 talent, right? Top 15, but I think he's a top 5 talent. And I think you go out there and you beat an undefeated guy like Marcos. You take that L, you get on the microphone, even though it's not your style, and you can go, anybody in the top 10, anybody in the top 5, it's belt to ass time, baby. It's belt to ass, and then walk out. That's all you got to do. Listen, Montel, I am free. I'm not going to charge you a dime. I will tell you what to say post-fight. You don't have to remember a lot. Belt to ass. You're out. Iowa. Yeah, you're the best. Casey's Pizza. Great. I'm out of here. But, Montel Jackson, because he's going to show us, this is how we do it. How to do it one more time. Sorry for the people out there that's like, this fucking bit again? Sorry, not sorry. All right, next up, we got Santiago Ponteneio. Minus 120 versus Daniel Rodriguez, plus 100. Let's see if the line has moved at all. Boop, 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 boop. Minus 110, even pick 'em. I figured that was going to happen as well. Listen, couple older guys, couple tatted up dudes, couple dudes with some beautiful tan skin. Santiago Ponteneio just on covering romance novels, probably throwing it in fucking Lonely Housewives on the weekend. He's definitely a gigolo, bro. And if he wore this shirt that I'm wearing, the butt would be down here. You know what I mean? It'd be way down here. The guy's sexy, right? But, he's looked okay his last few times out. Ponteneio, but you never know what you're going to get. Really inconsistent. And I think with Daniel Rodriguez, I think he's a little slow, a little plodding. He's going to want to strike. I think Ponteneio is going to be the more well-rounded guy. If he wants to mix it up and takedowns, I think he can do that. If he wants to stand up, obviously he can do that. And I think the both problem is they're both hittable and they both have been chin before. Who's got a better chin in this situation? I don't know, but I like Ponteneio's power. I like his overall ability. And the green hammer, nothing really jumped out to me at the green hammer. I'm going to be honest with you. Looking at these props, I don't like the double dip. I like, the send him home. I like Jillian Robinson by sub. I like that. There's a sub in the main event I kind of like as well, but I don't want to give that the green hammer. So the green hammer, which is mounted on my shelf right there, is going to be Santiago Ponteneio by knockout, which I think is plus 400. Let's see if it's changed. By KO plus 400. 4-1 on the old green hammer here. I think he can catch him. I think he can knock out Daniel Rodriguez. And let's hope. Plus 400, baby. 4's up. Let's go. I've never done that before. I don't know why I did it. All right, next up, co-main event. Bo Nickel. What is he? Minus 310. I think he's minus 350 now, right? Is that the last I looked at him? Minus 345 versus RDR, Renier de Ritter, plus 275. Love this fight for Bo, right? And I don't love the matchup. I'm just saying I love that this is the fight that he's going to get right here in his career, right? Paul Craig. Let's go to the Paul Craig fight, right? A lot of people were very critical of the Paul Craig fight, and they should have been, right? Bo looked good for the fact that this was a 3-round fight where he didn't slow down and he didn't wrestle and he won the fight, right? A lot of people probably didn't imagine in an MMA scenario that Bo Nickel could win a fight without wrestling, right? But he's going against Paul Craig, who might have some of the worst stand-up at 185 pounds. Good kicks, bad hands, bad chin. Bo should have finished him. There was no opportunity. He wobbled him like once, but Bo should have finished him. Bo should have took him to the ground too. He probably watched the Jamal Hill fight way too many times and saw Jamal get his arm taken and was like, I'm not going that route, right? This fight, Renier de Ritter, is not the best stand-up, but he's tall and he throws punches straight and he comes after. He's fearless, right? He's been put down numerous times and has won fights. He'll get cut to win a fight. He don't give a fuck. A lot of experience on RDR's side here. Bo is going to have to mix everything up. What I wanted to see him against Paul Craig, he didn't mix anything up. He missed his striking up, which became very predictable. It looked okay. It looked explosive, but it looked predictable. And that's good to be, he's green, right? He's 7-0, right? That was his 7th fight. It's going to be green. but he took away the part of his game that everyone wants to come to see. He took a part of the way his game that is going to be his bread and butter when he wins the title, right? Was it a smart game plan? Sure, but I would like to see him finish as well. Now against RDR, RDR is going to make you grapple him. He's going to make you get ugly in there, and we're going to see what Bo Nickel has on the mat. I think it's elite stuff. I think wrestling beats jiu-jitsu any day of the week, right? Unless you're Gordon Ryan, unless you're Craig Jones, unless you're maybe Nicky Rod. I think wrestling can get you, especially in MMA, can get you a hell of a lot farther in a grappling situation than jiu-jitsu. And I think RDR is very good on top. I don't think there's a shot in hell he gets on top of Bo Nickel. He might land a sweep. That could obviously happen, but Bo's so heavy on top. I don't see that happening. He could clip Bo. Bo could go to the ground. RDR could get on top. Absolutely. But Bo's so hard to hold down. I don't see that happening. RDR is going to have to win this fight off his back. I don't think he has jiu-jitsu to do that. I think Bo Nickel's going to cut through his jiu-jitsu. Paul Craig was a dynamo off his back. RDR obviously has some good submissions off his back. Decent on the ground. Decent off his back, but really prefers to be on top. Arm triangles, chokes. That's his bread and butter. He's a big, strong dude. Bo Nickel, not going to let that happen. He's going to take him down. If he gets worried, guillotine, whatever, pull out, rinse and repeat, right? But I think Bo Nickel's going to have to prove, I'm not afraid to grapple anybody. I'm going to come out here. I'm going to grapple this dude. I'm going to beat him up, and then we're on to the next one, right? I think Bo Nickel, if he has a good performance here, he's my mortal lock, by the way.
He's a mortal lock, and I'm going to wheel him.
A little too high to put in the slime ball. That's why I didn't, but he's my mortal lock. I'll be betting on him. I love Bo Nickel. Bo knows. I have a Bo shirt. Should have worn it. Anyway, Bo Nickel's going to win this fight. I think he can maybe get a finish with some heavy ground and pound. Let's see what Bo Nickel finishes, right? So Bo Nickel by KO's plus 140. So they're looking the same way I'm looking. Him good on top, beat up RDR, ground and pound him. He's lost that way before. I can see it. Plus 500 by submission. That's not crazy to think that Bo Nickel can get a submission. Bo Nickel's got some decent jiu-jitsu. He's got some decent chokes. He's strong as fuck, right? Arm triangle, you don't need a ton of technique for that, right? You need a really good, you need to know how to finish the move, but it's not like a super high level, let me set this up. Let me get on top. The guy tries to swim, you grab his arm, you fucking try to pop his head off, right? Every jiu-jitsu guy out there who's more than a white belt like me is going, no, there's way more to it. Yeah, but not really. Short, right? There's other you got to learn how to do certain things. But anyway, Bo knows how to do that. I like Bo. And I love the spot for him here because if he loses RDR, I don't think it's a huge setback for him. I think it's back to the drawing board. Let's go work, right? But I'm more curious to see how he performs in this fight, how he comes out, because I really don't think Ritter is going to let him get away with just standing up the whole time. I think it's going to be a grappling, and that's what I'm curious about. Give me Bo Nickel. Next up, main event, Corey Sanhagen, David Lindhagen. Great movie if you guys know that reference. Corey Sanhagen is minus 550, so he's climbed even more. And Devison Figgy plus 410. So now I'm going to switch my pick here. This is a pick switch. I'm a little bit two-faced here, but I want to get out of the way of it. I have a bet on the Anakin Florian main event challenge for $50 for Devison Figueiredo and Jeremy Stephens to win. That is like 23.57, right? 23-1, $50. I'm in a hole. I'm down $4,000. I need to make something move. I picked Devison Figueiredo for that point. I couldn't pick Corey Sanhagen and then give a bet like that. I think that's shady. I think that's bullshit. However, I think Corey wins. Now, whoever that bozo was that was sharing that picture of Figgy going, hey, this is Figgy on Fight Week, and he looked terrible, right? It's like a bad lighting, bad posture, and he looked in bad shape. I saw photos of him at the photo shoot yesterday, and he's fucking ripped. So props to whoever that bozo was, but he had me thinking for a little bit there. But the more I thought about this fight, the more I think Corey is such in a good mental place. He's addressing the things that us cappers are talking about. Corey's always fallen short. He's always been this. He's always been that. He's addressing all that. I know I'm falling short. He did this. He's doing like bits with like social media managers or whatever, brand managers, whatever it is. Like he's embracing this, and I love that. With that being said, he has gotten leaps better, right? I mean, his wrestling is very good now. His defensive wrestling is very good. He made Umar stand with him, and he froze in the Umar fight. He was so afraid of the takedown from Umar. Umar got him a few times, but he was so afraid to go on the mat with Umar. It froze him stand up, right? Umar landed more strikes than Corey. You can't do that. Figueiredo is a different kind of cat. He's not like Umar. He's going to wrestle a little bit, you know what I mean? But you're going to have the size on him. I think your takedown defense and your offensive wrestling is going to be better than Figueiredo as well. I think your speed is going to be right there, if not better than Figueroa, and you're more explosive too. I think Corey is going to come out there. I think he's going to land big shots. I think the jumping knee's always going to be a worry for Figueroa, who kind of puts his head right in the middle of everything, right? He takes a hit because he's got a great chin. That knee's going to be there. It's going to be something special. But Corey does get a little lackadaisical because he's a little long, right? He's got kind of tall man syndrome a little bit where he brings his chin a little bit. Figgy can crack. Figgy can put you down. That's how Petrova got Jan down. Or excuse me, got Corey down. Jan got Corey down by just cracking him on the way in from one of his dynamic strikes, right? I think Corey's going to mix everything up well. I think he's going to put on a really good performance. I like the decision win by Corey. Someone's FaceTiming me. It's my stepdad. Or it's my father. Come on, man. I'm recording here. So I answer it. Tell him to fuck off. Watch this. Hey, I'm recording a podcast. Why don't you go fuck yourself, bud?
I was calling to see how you were doing.
I'm doing better. Can I get back to recording?
No, not now.
All right, see you, Chucklehead. Oh, God, what's this guy doing? No, I had a headache. Oh, gosh. Sorry about this, folks. Sorry about that chime. I had a headache earlier today, and he's calling to check on me. I got to put this on do not disturb mode. Anyway, I like Corey here. I like Corey by decision, but what really tickled my balls, right? What really got up in there is I know we haven't seen a ton of it, but he's got it in his bag is Corey by sub plus 650. It was juicier yesterday. Some other people are thinking this too. Corey by sub though, Figgy gets frustrated on the feet and just gives us back rear naked choke. Rear naked choke is how Corey will get it done too. So if you're in a state where it allows you to bet specific submissions, Corey Sanhagen rear naked choke. Don't know what the number is because I can't do it in my state, but yeah, that's something to little think about. All right, that's it. That's a show. What do we go? 41 minutes plus an interruption. That's fantastic. All right. Locks are Mortal Lock, Bo Nix. Send him home, Jillian Robertson. Dog Lock, Cameron Smotherman. Green Hammer, Santiago Ponteneio by knockout, plus 400. And my slime ball parlay is going to be Jeremy Stevens, Mason Jones, over 2.5, plus 105, right? That's what I said earlier. Then we got Cameron Smotherman, plus 110. And then we got Montel Jackson, minus 205. I've already placed a bet. The numbers have jumped a little bit. So I got it at plus 562. I want to give you an absolutely updated. No, that's not what I'm doing. I'm going to get you an absolutely updated 547, plus 547. It's come down a little bit, but I like that. So repeat, Montel Jackson, Cameron Smotherman over in the Jeremy Stevens versus Mason Jones fight, which I think is going to be an absolute fucking brawl. Blood, if you like blood. All right, listen, subscribe to the podcast on iTunes. What do they even call it? iTunes? Apple Podcasts. Rate and review. I got 86. Let's get to 100, baby. 100, I'm giving out shit. I actually have a lot of shit to give away. Not even kidding you. I got a ton of I've been doing podcast gear stuff lately to try to kind of fix some of my issues. And I didn't really like any of this stuff. And I'm lazy, so I was too late to return it. And plus, I bought some of the shit on sale, so I can't return it. So I'm like, I'm going to give it away to the fans. I got Meta Ray-Ban glasses I'm giving away. I got a couple podcast stuff here. If you really want to start a podcast, I got a microphone. I'll fucking sign it. If you're into signatures, but it's a microphone I custom built and I spray painted it white. It looks like complete dog shit, but it works great. I'll sign that motherfucker. I'm giving away stuff, guys, right? So let's get to rate and reviews on Apple Podcasts over 100 because Spotify is over 100. Find me on both those. Sorry about the audio last week. I had a little bit of issue transferring the audio over. Hopefully you're not going to have the problem with this one. Because if you're watching us on YouTube, then, whatever. Subscribe to the YouTube channel. You guys are absolutely killing it. Oh, and do not buy shirts. I've taken it off my YouTube channel, but I can see on my phone that sometimes the shirts pop up. Do not buy shirts on that thing. Those are garbage, piece of shit, horrible service. I fucking hate them. If I could sue them, I would. We're coming up with something new, okay? And follow me on all social media, at Brian Petrie MMA. Let's have a fucking weekend, huh? It's about time to have a fucking weekend. I'll see you.